Glenn's with us tonight, and he's also cruised for many years himself. Great to see you.
How are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Good to see you too. In fact, it's been a while since we've seen you.
I know. Well, we had December I wasn't on. I took the family over to Disneyland Paris. It was just me and the family and
nice
750,000 other people at Disneyland Paris, so that was fun. And then January and February, I actually do a day job. I work in the office, and we've just been so busy. January and February is always our busiest time, and we've been in the office. So
you think it's because it's cold over here and people are just thinking they want to get away and get some sunshine?
I think everyone's got the hump, mate, and everyone wants to book a cruise. So it's always busy. It's always busy. January and February's carried on that tradition now, and I think, as I said, they finally let me out of the office to start getting back on the telly, so I'll be back for the next few weeks. Before
we get into our first cruise and start talking about some of the things going on, let me first of all make it very clear to you we have a different phone number. And we have a website available for you, so you can check all this information as you make your way throughout the hour. You'll see the phone number come up on the screen. It's 0808 250 2662. This will be Planet Cruise, not Ideal World. It will be Planet Cruise, and the Planet Cruise staff have all got cruise experience. So you will be talking to experts.
They're all sitting there ready to go. They'll be there till 10:30 tonight, ready for the phone calls.
There you go. They're there right now, waiting for your call. Here's the important thing: if there's something we don't cover, or you think, oh, if I only knew this, I'd go for. Just call and make a question. You know, just call up. This is you making an inquiry, so don't feel that there's an obligation if you call. There's no obligation whatsoever. And then you can also go to the planetcruise.com website as well if you like, or you can go to idealworld.com/planetcruise. There's all sorts available to you. Now, before... Oh, there we go. We're showing you it right now. So there's planetcruise.com. Again, you can see a picture of Sean there, who's a regular on the show as well, sitting there with Glenn. You've got your little cushions out.
Little cushions, yeah. We've got cushions here tonight as well. Yeah, looks like a new sofa as well.
And before we actually get going, haven't you got a special event coming up as well?
Yeah, so we've got an event coming up on the 8th of March, and this is our luxury and river cruise show. It's going to be a place called Old Thorns, which is just outside Portsmouth, near where our office is. And again, if you're interested in going on that, if you want to register your interest, please do. You can go onto the website there. I think we'll be showing some information about that a little bit later on. But again, as I said, it's a luxury ocean cruising and river cruise show. I'll be down there. Some of the team will be down.
Great.
Again, the main thing is a lot of the agents for those river cruise lines and ocean cruise lines will be there. Come down, ask some questions, and again, you can speak to us so we can get you booked on these cruises.
Couple of top tips. If you think, oh, I might go to that, write down his name, Glenn, and then when you're down there, you won't have to go, oh, I've seen you on the telly. What's your name? And I get it all the time. People go, oh, I've seen you on the telly. Who are you? I get it all the time. So write down his name. It's Glenn.
Just while we're talking about a couple of clients, I did want to give a couple of call-outs for some people today. So I spoke to a gentleman the other day called Raymond Knox. Fantastic guy. Booked a cruise from the other day. Always watches the show. So say hello to Raymond and his wife there. So have a great cruise. And then also we've got Michael Lynham. I hope I said that right. I know you were dealing with Anthony the other day. So again, he asked me to give him a call out. So thanks for booking cruise with us, guys, and keep watching the show. Anyone else wants to call out, give us a shout, and I'll try and do that for you as well.
Here's another top tip for you. Throughout the presentation, you'll see that every cruise you talk about has its own ID number, a cruise ID. If you see one you're like, oh, I love this, write down the cruise ID number, because if you call the team, that will save them a little bit of time. Or if you go to the website, you can put the cruise ID number into the search engine. It will take you straight through it as well. Our very first cruise is from the big brand of Costa. I was lucky enough to work for them for 6 years. But before we do that, I'm being told we're going to play a little video clip about that special trip that you're about to take us.
Let's
do it. If you are going to make your way down to see the special event on cruises and luxury, watch this.
Okay, get your diaries out, because I'm here to invite you to our 3rd annual River and Ocean Luxury Cruise Show, where this year you'll have a chance to win a fantastic 5-night cruise with Saga Ocean Cruises. And because of your great feedback, this year we're back at the Old Thorns Golf and Country Estate in Liphook for another wonderful look at luxury cruising. You'll get a free drink just for showing up, soft or alcoholic, and you'll be entered into the prize draw for that all-important Saga cruise. Now, throughout the day, there will be plenty of opportunities for you to talk to over 18 river and ocean luxury cruise representatives about your next cruise. They'll be armed with the best and most exclusive offers in the industry, which you won't find anywhere else, as well as a plethora of free upgrades. Plus, I'll be hosting the Talk Theatre, where your questions will be answered by industry-leading experts, and we'll give you the inside info about the latest news and trends in cruising for 2018 onwards. Now, the event's going to be held on Thursday, the 8th of March 2018, from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock at the Old Thorns Golf Club in Liphook. Entrance is completely free, so all you have to do is register online. But remember, to be in with a chance of winning that amazing Saga Ocean cruise, you need to register online and turn up on the day. After all, you have to be in it to win it. All you need to do is go to planetcruise.com/cruise-events and follow the instructions. It literally takes 30 seconds. I look forward to seeing you there.
So we need to register for that, do we?
Yeah, see, Keith always gets on the telly. He never goes away. But no, I say we were down there last year. It was really, really good fun, and we got to meet a lot of the clients down there. So, again, if you want to come down, register, come down and see the group. We can ask questions about the cruises, and as I said, it's a fantastic day to get down there. And Old Thorns is fantastic as well. It's really nice place to go and see.
Now, as I said a little earlier, this first cruise, our first cruise, Costa Cruises, I was lucky enough to work for them for 6 years. Absolutely loved it. Really fun. Got to travel South America, Mediterranean, all over the place. Great line, huge line. In fact, if we play the video, can you talk us through everything?
Of course I can. Yeah,
then?
that's what we can do for you, not a problem. So, Costa, some people may have not experienced Costa. Obviously, it's an Italian cruise line, and it has that European feel, a bit different to some of the other lines that we feature regularly on here. But you can see the quality of the ships, absolutely phenomenal ships, very, very modern. Beautiful design, and they cater for all ages, from families all the way through to couples, to the older generation as well. Now, of course, the food on board is second to none. Again, very Italian-based, so if you like your pizzas and pastas. And like many of the other ships, of course, you've got your spa and you've got your shops facilities. Again, you've got the gym if you fancy losing a bit of weight, but most people tend to gain a couple of pounds, as we know, Paul. You've got the shops on there as well, and of course, the other thing that it's famous for is its entertainment at night time. And again, I think if you've not tried one of the Costa ships, you'll notice that the entertainment on board is very, very different to some of the other cruise lines that you may have travelled with. The other selling point of this is the price. It's all-inclusive as well. We very, very rarely feature Costa ships on our programme, and also even more rarely feature as an all-inclusive. So this is 7 nights all-inclusive for that price, and the itinerary on there is a really, really nice itinerary around the Eastern Med.
It's fantastic line, absolutely fantastic. Let's talk about the itinerary, and in fact we're going to fly to Venice. We can have 2 nights there before we start.
Yeah, so if you want to add on a couple of nights there, you can add a couple of nights on. I think it's just for £99 per person extra, which is really good. If you've not done that before, it's nice. Go and try one of the gondolas, go to St Mark's Square, relax. You'll probably spend £99 on a drink in St Mark's Square, so you might as well have the 2 nights stay there. Now, again, as I said, we've got flights going over to London for you, and that's when you're then going to, if you don't do the 2-night stay, embark the Costa Luminosa. Now, when you're actually on the cruise, the first day is going to take you down to beautiful Bari, just on the shoe there of Italy.
The heel.
And as I said, quite nice there, beautiful harbour area. What I like to do when I go down to Bari is I just sit back on the harbour area with a coffee and a Danish and just take in the views, see the people walking past as well. And it's just nice to do a little bit of people watching on there. But if you want to go to the old cathedral, you've got the Basilica there, and you've got the 13th century cathedral. It's a really, really nice way to start the cruise. Then we move on to a relaxing day at sea, which is always nice as we head around into Athens. So again, while you're at sea, we can chill out and relax, and we'll talk about some of the sea days on the ships later on in the show. Now, Athens, one of the big destinations of this part of the world. A chance to go into, of course, the Plaka, the Acropolis. You can go and see the Pantheon, and again they've got the museum there, which is lovely, the new Acropolis Museum. But I would say do the Acropolis in the morning and then go and have some lunch down in the Plaka in the afternoon. Then we go on to the beautiful little destination of Olympia and Kataklon. Kataklon, the port you go to, and again there you have nice meze restaurants. You can try the local cuisine and just chill out there if you want to, and that's all the restaurants along there. I've been there many times myself. But the main thing to do here is go off to Olympia. This is the home of the Olympics. This is where they light the torch. You can actually go onto the original running track there, and if you're into your history and you love sport as well, this is the birthplace of the Olympics, of course, with the Winter Olympics being on at the moment. Very, very popular. But that is actually where they light the torch from. Then we go on to a couple of destinations in the Adriatic area here, which people may not have visited before. Kotor down in Montenegro is becoming very, very popular with the cruise lines. It's another alternative, but maybe if you've been to Dubrovnik before and you love that, this is very, very similar. You've got the walled city, beautiful sailing as you can see there, and you've got the old city, walk around the city walls, the cobbled streets. You don't really need to do a tour here, but you can just wander around those back streets, and it is a beautiful place to spend the afternoon.
Just kind of a nice variety, isn't it?
Exactly.
The chaos of Greece. When you're in Athens,
and then you come down there.
Place,
yeah, exactly. And what's lovely, you'll see in Montenegro, and then from there we go into the alternative, into Dubrovnik now. We're going into Split, okay, just along the coastline there. And again, you've got the Hvar port, you've got the stunning beaches there. You've also got a place called the Live Museum, which is something a little bit different. The whole museum comes to life. But again, that's another destination you can just wander around and get lost for the day. But this is such a nice itinerary with Greece, Croatia, Montenegro, all from Venice as well. And it's a nice time of year because it's going to be a little bit quieter at that part of the world.
We go back to Venice, then we fly you back to the UK.
Home from there, exactly.
And there's loads to share with you on this particular one. By the way, there is a Christmas and New Year deal available as well.
There is. Obviously a little bit more expensive, of course, going at Christmas and New Year. But if you're not sure what to do and you fancy trying something a little bit different, good opportunity to do that on this particular cruise.
Now, let's just talk you through the ship very, very quickly. You can see gorgeous ship, and it really is fun. And there is an Italian flavour. It isn't only Italian food available to you, but there is the opportunity to get Italian food at all times.
It's a European ship. That's a European ship. Some of our ships we sell are a majority British. This will be mixed nationalities on there, so you'll have a lot of Europeans on there. And then sometimes it's quite nice to have that mixed nationalities. And as I said, you can see the stunning ship. And again, as I said, the entertainment is very, very good on there.
Well, let's show you what's included on this. Bear in mind, 7 nights for £699. We're talking just under £100 per person per night, and that's including all your drinks. So all-inclusive drinks package in that price. You can add on 2 nights in Venice if you want for £99 per person, and return flights from London. Let's show you the prices available to you and the options: inside, outside, balcony and suite. And you can see that goes from as little as £699, so incredibly affordable. And do bear in mind, you may want to go Christmas and New Year. Personally, I absolutely love that, to get away and let someone else do all the work. Brilliant. Better than working on the ship.
Exactly, yeah.
I can tell you for many, many years, you work even harder.
Christmases and New Years at sea.
You work even harder at Christmas and New Year. Now, we're going to move on to our second cruise. Oh, by the way, cruise ID on that one was 172353. 172353. Let's introduce you to Ruth. I'm going to grab a kiss.
Oh, it's lovely.
Oh, my lovely. Happy New Year to you.
Long time no see.
I shook your hand.
I
shook your hand. I'll blow you a kiss.
Okay.
There we go.
You're from Celebrity Cruises.
I am.
So tell us what you do with Celebrity.
Well, I'm a strategic account manager, which is a very bizarre title.
Yeah.
But I account manage the #1 account in the UK, which of course is
Planet Cruise.
Planet Cruise,
Great.
our #1 partner. They
love
are
to hear
very
that.
special.
And so, what can you tell us about the cruise line? What sets them apart from any other line?
Well, Celebrity is very unique in the fact that our tagline is modern luxury. We're very contemporary, very modern, and a much younger clientele. Cruisers are becoming younger and younger, aren't they?
Yeah.
But we really are coming into the 21st century with very many cutting-edge designs, a lot of unique features that you won't see on other cruise lines.
Well, you're going to love to hear this. And if you're a regular, if you watch the cruise show regularly, you'll know I say this every time. My sister, who was a dancer on the cruise ship,
She was?
her favourite line?
Celebrity Cruises.
She loves you guys.
And
Absolutely loves you guys.
we always talk about it as well. The amount of people that book once, people say, oh, we want to try a Celebrity. Once they've booked it once, they go back and back again,
Yeah.
which is always a
Well, as we've got you here, Ruth,
Yes.
is it okay if we play the video and we get you
Of
to tell us what we're
course.
looking
Let me
at?
show you a little bit about the gorgeous
Great. Let's have a look at
award-winning Celebrity
Celebrity.
Cruises. So I was talking about unique features. There you can see our wonderful lawn club.
Not real lawn.
It is. We have
No.
a gardener with a lawnmower. You
Yeah.
can have a picnic. My favourite spot up there is the Sunset Bar. Views over the ocean, some live music there in the evening. There you can see our gorgeous spa, which is Canyon Ranch. And this is what I call spa. Those are hot stone beds that you can just lie on with
Amazing.
floor-to-ceiling views. A beautiful library, so you can grab a good book if you just want some peace and quiet. But our passion, as you're going to see now on the video, is food and wine. We actually have the largest and rarest wine collection at sea.
Wow.
And we have a partnership with the wine show. So if you've seen the wine show on TV, you'll know all about our wonderful wines. But an array of restaurants as well, be it rustic Italian, where we even make our own limoncello on board, to Michelin star French cuisine.
Wow.
This is Sean's favourite spot, our Martini Ice Bar.
he's been there. He moved
He
in
has.
there
I
every
think
time he
he's
goes.
tried every single one of the 50 different flavours
Yes.
of vodka and martini.
Crazy, isn't it?
So
I
some
love a
wonderful
chocolatini.
features.
Have
Oh,
one of my-
yes.
Oh.
Appletini
No,
as
no,
well.
an appletini.
Our beautiful solarium, which is adults only. I do love a bit of adults only. I
Yeah.
will be very honest with you.
And I
got the
think
kids with
this
you,
is
it's
really
nice.
worthwhile making clear to anyone that's never cruised before. If
Yes.
this is maybe your first time watching a cruise show and you're thinking, oh, I don't know, you're stuck on a ship. No, you can do as much or as little as you want. Yes,
Yep.
you can stay on board all the time, but of course you're going to lots of various ports
Yep.
of call as
Yes.
well. And in fact, I'm a huge fan for Days at Sea. I love Days at Sea.
Well, there's so much you can do, from wine tasting master classes to behind-the-scenes tours, so you can go to the bridge, see backstage with the theatre. There are so many different things that you can do when you're on board.
Haven't they just brought a load of new shows on board as well with
We
Celebrity?
have. We've created 18 new shows across all of our fleet over the last 18 months. They
Wow.
are truly spectacular
You've
shows.
been busy.
Very busy. All my own work.
Yeah, we'll tell you about the price in just a moment. Let's deal with the itinerary. Let's see where we're going on this particular trip.
So as we said, this one is going out on the Celebrity Silhouette. We've got 2 dates on here. We've got the 23rd of September and we've got the 7th of October, and they're the same itineraries on both. What's nice about this one is when you start the cruise from Southampton, obviously any cruise that goes from Southampton, you can more or less load up with the luggage and take on what you want in theory. And what we do recommend here is maybe staying the night before in the Holiday in Winchester. £95 per person. And you'll get a pre-night stay, transfers to and from the hotel, breakfast, plus your parking and bed and breakfast on there for you as well.
2 weeks
for 2 weeks parking, so it's really, really good value. So I'd definitely have a look at that, especially if you're coming from a little bit further away from Southampton.
Well, it just makes your life easier, doesn't it?
It makes it just a bit of an extra.
Leave the car there, get a transfer in, breakfast sorted out.
Exactly. So what we're going to do on here now, we're going to make our way over to the Azores. What's nice about this, you can have 2 days at sea just to settle yourself in. And of course, as you said, there's a lot to do on board.
Find your way around the ship as well, yes.
And again, once you've done that, we go down into the Azores. Now, if you've never been there before, we use the Azores a lot when we're doing our transatlantics. We use here and Madeira as 2 of the big destinations. But what I love with Ponta Delgada, within the port area there, you can go off and wander around the old colonial buildings. But I would recommend, if you don't stay in the port area there, you go on one of the excursions further afield, because the scenery that you'll see there is phenomenal. And normally it's a morning tour, so do that in the morning to see that, and then come back to the port in the afternoon.
Yeah, and very few cruises other than transatlantics visit the Azores. So if you don't want a long crossing at sea, this is the perfect
And for a lot of people, that's the highlight of the cruise.
It
going
is.
into the Azores.
Yes.
So once we've gone from there, we're going to have another chill-out day at sea, and then we're going to one of my favourite destinations, into Madeira. Been there many, many times.
Love it.
Always say it's a cross between almost Europe and the Caribbean. And again, you've got that European vibe with the look of the Caribbean.
Which right next to the Canaries that are all so dry.
Yeah, and then
this is so green and tropical, isn't it?
Exactly. And again, what I would recommend here is maybe going on the cable car, going to the top there, and then taking the toboggans down. Which
do they still do that?
They do.
Love it.
They still do that. Or you can go and have tea at Reed's, or just wander around the port area. But it's such a nice place, and you can see there that it's something very, very different.
Lush and tropical. The gardens, the flowers in Madeira. It's gorgeous.
It's a really, really nice destination, and make sure you make the most of it from there. Then we start going down into the Canary Islands. So again, we're going into the volcanic islands of, first of all, Tenerife. Now, we're going to dock in the north of the island at Santa Cruz, and from there, you've got a chance to go and have a look at the coastline, the mountains there, go into the centre, down into Mount Teide. I used to live in Tenerife down the south. You can go down to Los Cristianos, Playa de las Americas, which is popular with the Brits. But again, you've got the beaches there, and the nice thing with the Canaries is it's got the best weather in the world for year-round sunshine. 320 days a year, I think. So you know the weather's going to be good, nice and warm down there, and plenty to see in Tenerife. We then go down into another one of my haunts, which is Gran Canaria. You've got Las Palomas, you've got Port Inglés or Puerto Rico, so 2 different sides of the island, but again, a nice chance to go out there. And as I said, you've got 2 of the big islands there in the Canaries that you're going to see on this particular cruise. Then we go down into Puerto del Rosario. Now, this is Fuerteventura. Now, this is not, again, very common with some of the Canarian cruise.
Very rare that cruise ships go into Fuerteventura. We've not been there since 2015.
Oh, really?
So this is our first time going back, but very rarely. And I love Fuerteventura.
Yeah, again, it's different, though, isn't it, from Gran Canaria and Tenerife. And again, they normally have a lot of the windsurfing down there because it can be quite windy down on the beaches there. But it is a phenomenal place to go and see. You've got the botanical gardens, you've got the beach areas there.
There's a wonderful golf course if you want to go play golf for the day.
19 holes, I'd love to go and have 18
Look at the colour of that water.
It is spectacular.
But again, another one of the Canary Islands, and then we go into another one of the famous ones, of course, with the sand dunes and the camels of Lanzarote. We go into Arrecife there, and from there you can go and explore around in Lanzarote. So you'll see the main islands there of the Canaries, but that's something to do. If you want to have the get yourself on
Or, as I would, go to a wonderful seafood restaurant overlooking the sea.
I would do that as well, but you have to appeal to everybody, and if you want to go and ride a camel, do it in Lanzarote.
Yeah, I'm giving the camel a miss.
Then a chill-out day at sea, because you've had 4 or 5 busy ports of call, and then one of the great sail-ins and outs of Europe, and I think people aren't aware if they haven't done it before, is Lisbon. So again, whatever you're doing is we'll make sure on the back deck there, on the sail in and on the sail out, you'll go under the 25th of April bridge. You'll have the Christ the Redeemer statue.
But it's like Golden Gate Bridge, isn't it?
It is, yeah, but you'll go under there, and the sailing is phenomenal. And again, you've got all the sights along. You've got the statues as you make your way in there, and then when you go into Lisbon as well, you've got the trams, you've got the glass elevator, a beautiful square area, and you can just sit back taking the views. And of course, you've also got the Bellum Tower, which is quite
I will tell you a little known fact. The statue of Christ the Redeemer in Lisbon, as you sail in, is looking as a mirror image to the one in Rio de Janeiro.
It is.
Oh, wow.
It is.
Across the Atlantic,
I never
they
knew
look
that.
each
I
other. They
never
look
knew
at each
that.
other.
Cruises, we are full of facts.
Then
We
we make
are.
our way back to Southampton. Am I right in saying as well, this is the maiden season for the Silhouette?
It is.
out of
We've
the
had
UK.
Celebrity Eclipse based in Southampton for the
always
last
been so
7
popular.
years. So popular. This is the sister ship. She's newer, Celebrity Silhouette, but it is her maiden season from Southampton,
Gorgeous.
and she is selling so well. That's our indoor solarium. Up at the lawn, you'll see these beautiful alcoves, and I love the
Yeah, we
Lawn
like the
Club
Lawn Club.
grill, where you can actually cook with the chef and dine outdoors under the stars as well. And the Canary Islands is the perfect weather to do that.
It is
Game
amazing.
of Lawn Bowls, the seafood restaurant at the lawn there called The Porch, beautiful. And this is a lovely little place, the Hideaway, so where you can grab a good book and snuggle away in peace and quiet and tranquility. And of course, all of our different restaurants to choose from.
I look at these images, you know, and my 18 years on the ships, they've
Yes.
just improved, and every year
They
they
have,
seem
they're
to come up with something
incredible.
new.
Better. Yeah.
It's
They really
amazing,
are.
isn't it?
Yes.
Now, bear in mind that you can go deposit only on this deal.
Yep.
£99. In fact, let's go through what's included so you really understand. Free classic drinks package if you go Ocean View and above. So I certainly recommend you go Ocean View and above,
Yes.
because that also means you'll qualify for half-price gratuities. So consider Ocean View and above. Exclusive reduced deposit. Book today from only £99, as I said. Add one night at the Holiday in Winchester from only £95 per person, and that will include your breakfast, your parking, and your port transfers. So if you just want to make your life easier, that's a great way to go, as Glenn said. Let's go through the prices for you. And bear in mind that this works out to be, what, under £88 per person per night.
It does. It
What do you
does.
get for £88 these days?
Very little. Well,
And that includes your food, your
exactly,
entertainment.
Exactly. But if you look at the 7th of October, the difference between Ocean View and balcony, it's minimal.
£80, and you're going to use it down
Oh, wow.
in Canaries, aren't
You
you?
absolutely
Yeah.
will. It's
Yeah.
wonderful to be out on your balcony, sailing in, sailing away.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm being told in my ear right now there's very limited availability on this particular cruise. So
Yes.
if you are interested, you've got to be quick to get this price.
These
Gotta be
prices
quick.
are going up
Yeah, they are.
every couple of days because
Right.
it is so, so popular. We only have the 2 itineraries.
So don't miss out. Now, this is a classic drinks package that's included.
Yes, it is, and it features and includes so much. All of your specialty teas and coffees, soft drinks, bottled water, but also a huge array of branded spirits. We
Yeah.
say it's a classic drinks package, but includes premium brands. Lots and lots of different cocktails, such as a mudslide, all of those wonderful cocktails, wines, beers as well.
And tell us a little bit about the Aqua Class.
Well, actually, I sailed on my holiday in Aqua Class, and so did Sean.
Sean
We
did,
are
yeah.
both hooked.
I
This
just do
is
the
if
inside. I
you
just
are
do the
well.
inside.
Let's see,
Yeah,
yeah.
fine.
Welcome to Aqua Class, Glenn. This is if you love the spa,
Yeah.
the health, the well-being, the beautiful Canyon Ranch Persian garden is included, but also your own exclusive restaurant
Yeah.
called Blue, and that is out of this world private restaurant there.
And bear in
for
mind, these
Aqua
dates are
Class.
for September and October this year. Let's just share a testimonial with you. This one's from Sue, who's from Lincolnshire. She said, "This is me with my husband on the Celebrity Eclipse going to St. Petersburg. We have booked 5 cruises with Planet Cruise, and we are looking to book our 6th. I had some unusual dietary requirement on a recent cruise and spoke to the restaurant and our room attendant. They made sure I was looked after. Were understanding and nothing was too much trouble. We love the great service from Celebrity and Planet Cruise. Everyone is so helpful and friendly."
That's wonderful to hear.
And I
Thank
think
you,
it's really
Sue.
important to understand, you know, because you're going through Planet Cruise, if there's anything you need to be bespoke, if there's something you've got a question about, call the team. They're waiting for your call right now, and you can talk to them, and they will adhere to that for you, or they'll work on it for you. So if you, like, for example, we're saying a couple of nights before, if you want to stay in a hotel before, talk to the team. Any questions you got, they're there to help you out.
They
So
certainly are.
lots and lots to get through. We've got to move on to our next cruise. Our next cruise is from the big brand of Princess. Now, I'm very glad to tell you, Princess is the line that I proposed to my wife on. So I've got a little spot in my heart for Princess Cruises. They're absolutely amazing. But this particular one, this is phenomenal, because this one is going to be taking you over to Japan. So let's take a moment right now to see some images of Japan and imagine what a great country.
OK, so this is something a little bit different. And as I said, for people that want to experience Japan, I was very, very fortunate enough a couple of years ago. I managed to do one of the overland tours in Japan for about 3 or 4 days. So it is somewhere that's on people's bucket list. The thing is with this one as well, it's the spring blossom time, which is the best time to go to Japan. So this sells out so quickly. People say, oh, we'll leave it and book it later. Please, if you're looking at doing something like this, you want to tick the boxes and go to places that you may not have even heard of before and been to before, this is a great chance to do it. Princess is always good, but again, with Japan, they've got so much to offer. Now, we're going to start off in Tokyo, that's the modern Japan, but throughout this cruise, we're going to take you through to places like the Mount Fuji, you're going to do the bullet train on there.
Oh, wow.
You're
That's
going to go
included?
That's included on here as well.
Brilliant.
We're going to take you to destinations and really immerse yourself in the culture, the history of Japan itself, and this is a great opportunity to do this on this particular cruise. And again, going with Princess, we're our top agent for Princess. We were out with them the other night, and we do so much business with them at the moment, but this is a great opportunity on the Diamond Princess.
Well, I think this particular cruise has got to be a bucket list cruise. This has got to be one that so many people have dreamt of doing or thinking.
And it's becoming so much more accessible now. I think a few years ago people were like, oh, do we go over there now? But now it's become so popular. It's such a friendly place to go and see. Really, really good on there.
Well, this is deposit only, but before we talk about the money, let's take a moment right now to see the cruise ship itself. We're going to hand you over right now to Jade.
Regardless of which Princess Cruises ship you get on, you'll find yourself with a host of dining, entertainment and relaxation options to suit your needs. Whether you prefer the traditions of set-time dining or you prefer to pick when, where and who you eat with, the option is yours on board a Princess ship. Princess Cruises have always taken speciality dining to the next level, from the sumptuous steaks in the Crown Grill through to the incredible Italian flavours of Sabatinis. The first of 2 new offerings is Steamer's Seafood, where you can feast on amazing shellfish, all accompanied by generous sides and dipping sauces. The second new taste sensation is Planks, serving up American-style barbecue options on planks, loaded with 4 meats, chili, coleslaw and fries. Oh, and some really incredible looking desserts. Princess Cruises love looking after the whole family during your cruise. Camp Discovery offers 3 different age categories and areas, all themed in collaboration with the Discovery Channel. Children aged 3 to 17 will have everything they need to keep them amused for hours at a time. Whichever Princess Cruises ship you go on, you are sure to find something entertaining happening. From the street performers in the Piazza through to the full Broadway-style productions in the Princess Theatre. But this is Princess, so we can't talk about entertainment without mentioning the movies under the stars up here on deck. Whichever stateroom you pick, you'll get comfortable beds, a flat-screen TV, mini bar and bathroom with shower. If you're looking for a bit of extra outside space, then an upgrade to a balcony is a must. For that touch of luxury though, suites are the perfect option, offering you extra space and amenities in your room and complimentary access to the Lotus Spa thermal suite, amongst other exclusive benefits.
So you can see the ship is beautiful, it's great, but let's get to the destination because that's really the superstar of this trip.
Yeah, so this is a full package, this is 13 nights total. So what we're going to do first of all, we're going to fly you in, you're going to have a 3-night stay in Tokyo. Now, of course, in Tokyo as well, you've got plenty to do. Then when I was there, you needed probably longer than 3 days, but you know, you try and cram as much as you can. You've got Disneyland there, you've got the Tokyo Tower. That's the more modern stuff to do, and then of course you've also got things like the Imperial Palace and places to go and visit. Great food, backstreet markets to go and try the local cuisine, and as I said, it is like futuristic meets past there, so yeah, that's a good chance to do that. From there, included on that, we're also doing the Mount Fuji and the bullet train. That's included. Brilliant. That's a full day. So I think you've done the bullet train, haven't you? Yeah. So we did the bullet train, and that is something again, another tick off on the bucket list for you as well. So many people are going to really enjoy that. But come on, let's continue, because some of these ports I don't know. No, they are very, very different ports of call on here than some of the other sort of Far East and Japan cruises we do. So first of all, and again, pardon my pronunciation, a lot of these, we're going first of all into Toba. Now again, in Toba, we're going down there to various places like Pearl Island. You've got the beautiful scenery on the sailing there as well. You've also got the aquarium to make a trip to, but they do a lot of historic and cultural tours through this port of call. Then we go into Himeji. Himeji, which we were trying to work out how to say that, and again, pardon my pronunciation. But again, with this one, you've got the temple. Now, included on this one is the Himeji Castle and the temple excursion, and this will be included on this particular one. But you know, when you go and see the actual spring blossom, this is the highlight there. It's like going to New England in Canada in the autumn. This is the time to go to this part of the world.
And bear in mind, this is March next year.
Next year, so you've got time to put the pennies away. But again, if you want to go and see your history and culture with the temples, you've got the great chance to do that. Then down into Kochi. Kochi, again, you've got the folkloric museum, you've got the amusement areas, you've got beaches down there. So again, you don't think of Japan so much with the beaches, but you can relax and chill out down there as well. But again, you can either go sea-based or go more cultural and history. Then a chill-out day at sea, and then we go down into South Korea. Of course, a lot of the world's attention is on there at the moment with the Olympics being there, and we're going down into Busan. And again, this is modern South Korea, so if you've never had a chance to go there, you get a chance to experience that. But of course, like we're saying, on a lot of these destinations, you can go on to the more historical tours out of the city, and again, of course, see some of these beautiful spring blossoms. Then down into a day at sea, and then in Yokkaichi. Again, pardon my pronunciation, but again, from there you've got the temples, you've got various viewpoints in there. You can go out into the rice fields and the paddy fields there as well, and a great opportunity to see the history and culture of there, plus the main city. Then from there, back into Tokyo, into Yokohama port, and then we'll transfer you back to the airport and fly you back on that particular
And this is a great way to see Japan, because you get to go back to your, look, there's your hotel. That's your hotel night after night after night after night. So you've got that familiarity in the evening. So don't miss out on this. There's also an exclusive from Planet Cruise. You're going to get $100 onboard spend too. And it's brilliant value for money. In fact, let's go through what's included so you can really see the value for money here. So again, it's March next year, 2019. 3-night stay in a 4-star hotel in Tokyo. Planet Cruise exclusive. There's your $100 onboard spend per cabin. Then you've got the Mount Fuji and Hakone tour with a bullet train included, which is just phenomenal value for money. Return flights from London plus all your overseas transfers, so it is great. And let's go through those prices for you.
Yeah, so we're starting from 2549 on there, so it's 2549 on there for the inside cabin, and then if you want to then upgrade to the outside, it's 2849 and up to 3149 on the balcony. But I would say that those prices are only going to go up because of that time of year. It is the prime time to go.
Book it now.
And it's say if you want to do something like that and go at the spring blossom, do not leave it for another 6 months, because there won't be availability on the ship. I can promise you that.
Well, we're going to move on to our next cruise. This is our 4th one, so don't forget to write down the cruise ID numbers if something catches your attention. Now this one's Marella. But Morella's a new name for a classic cruise line.
Yeah, it's Thompson's. And then, of course, Thompson's have now changed the name to TUI, and the cruise lines, the actual cruise parts of Thompson's are now called Marella. So when we refer to anything Marella, it's the former Thompson brand on there. Everything is exactly the same. Nothing's changed. They've just renamed the ships to Marella.
People have been before and they loved it.
Yeah, and what you'll find is with Marella, that, you know, we talk about it every single time.
Ships still included?
Yeah, of course they are. Yeah, they're very, very good on there.
OK, well, let's take a moment then to look at the ship so you get some idea of what you're going to enjoy.
Now, as I said, we always talk about Marella cruises. They are a British cruise line, and again, mainly British staff on board. The entertainment is geared towards the Brits. Now, the entertainment every single year wins awards, and again, for the size of the ship, it's got some of the best entertainment at sea. What guests always like is they feel comfortable when they go on board. The staff have been there for many, many years. A lot of the guests go back time and time again, so they feel almost like a home from home. Yeah. It's very relaxed on there. Your tips are included. Yeah. Again, you feel comfortable when you're walking around. And again, for people that really enjoy, you know, good food, good relaxed entertainment, and again, top-class service, Marella is second to none. What I would say to you, over the last 6 weeks, I have never, ever sold so many Marella cruises. They're doing a lot of advertising on the telly at the moment, but they are such good value, and people are...
£64 per person per night. Come on, it's crazy value. And that's all your food, that's your tips even included.
Exactly, and what's nice about this one, we've already talked about the Canaries, but this is doing a Canaries to the Balearics cruise, so it's 11 days, a lot of different ports of call. I think we've got hardly any days at sea there at all. So you're getting a really, really good diverse ports.
Let's take a moment then to go through the itinerary so you really see the great ports of call that you're going to enjoy. So we're off to Tenerife to start with.
Yeah, so we've already talked about Tenerife again on our previous cruise, but again, that's where you're going to fly into. Flights again are based on Bournemouth, but because it's Marella, they do have flights around the country. Yeah, so again, if you are around them, call the team, and whatever supplements there are, they'll advise you on that for you. But please note, this is going in a couple of months' time, so it's going going to be limited on flight availability.
And then off to Gran Canaria?
Then down to Gran Canaria. Again, we've mentioned that already. So then let's go down into Santa Cruz, La Palma. Again, another one of the islands there. So again, you're seeing different variations on the Canary Islands. They are very different, but again, nice beaches. And the main thing that's going to be all the way through this is the weather. You know the weather's going to be good. Take a wander around the back streets there on La Palma. It is somewhere probably many people haven't been to. They tend to go to Tenerife and Gran Canaria. This is maybe one of the islands you haven't been to.
But you've already covered that a little
earlier.
Covered
Madeira already. Again, I still say one of my favourite destinations to go to. And then from there, chill out and relax on a day at sea. Sit back, have a couple of drinks on board, watch the entertainment, try some of the restaurants. And then we're heading more over into sort of the Med area here from the Canaries. And we're going to go into Lisbon. Again, we've spoke about that. And then we're going down into Portimao. Now, Portimao, for those of you who don't know, is the Western Algarve. Again, very, very popular destination with the Brits to go and see. You can go down into this part of the world. Great bars and restaurants. It's still really, really cheap to eat around this part of the world. And again, you can go to Praia da Rocha Beach, which is one of the big famous beaches in this part of the world. But a nice chance to see Portugal. Then down into Spain, we're into Cadiz. And we're down into southern Spain. Again, you know the weather's still going to be good down there. And again, a wander through Cadiz is really, really pleasant. Again, you've got the old stuff, the old buildings there, but you've got a great beach and the weather should be pretty good down there. Then off to see the apes in the rock in Gibraltar. Yeah, again, I always say 1970s Britain in Spain. Yeah, it will never change in Gibraltar. And again, a lot of talk about Gibraltar at the moment with Brexit and what's going on there, what's going to happen to it. But again, if you want to go and see Gibraltar, go to the top of the rocks, go and see the apes, and that's still a popular destination.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, they're the apes there. And then from there into Cartagena. Cartagena used to have a place just along from Cartagena. What's nice about Cartagena is, again, you've got the port area, you can wander around, there's a few bars and restaurants, but maybe take a trip into the town, it's nice to walk around there. And they've got a massive amphitheatre, a Roman amphitheatre, which you can wander around, which you can see there, and that's quite interesting if you're into history and culture. From there down into the party island of Ibiza. Now, being in April, which is quite nice.
It's party on one side, though, isn't it?
It's party on one side. We're going into Ibiza town, but April should be reasonably quiet there. So, again, spend some time in Ibiza town. You might have been over into Playa del Bossa or San Antonio, but Ibiza town's phenomenal to walk around. And again, nice beaches. I lived there for 5 years myself. And then from there, back into where I got married last year, into Palma, and again for your flight home.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Now, this is a last-minute deal, and I'm being told that this will sell out, so it's very, very busy. If you would like to get this, this will sell out, so it really will be first come, first served. Don't forget, this is from £64 per person per night. It's an exclusive discount in the price, so don't miss out on that. It's all inclusive and even includes the tip. So exclusive discounts, there you go. Just what I said, including the price is shown. Amazing value at under £64 per person per night. I mean, think of the hotel you get in the UK, and then you've got to buy your food, right? That includes the food, it includes the entertainment, and of course it's your hotel night after night after night. Return flights from Bournemouth. If you're thinking of other airports, call the team and ask them about that. Flights also available from, there you go, selected airports around the UK. So you can also upgrade to all-inclusive from £26 per person per night. So if you're thinking you'd like to have all your booze included, then that can be taken care of. £6, sorry, £609.
It's cheap, it's not that cheap.
£609. It's crazy value for money. It really is crazy value for money. But as you can see on the screen right now, that is a last-minute deal. So your cruise ID on this one is 148453. 148453. Now, moving on to a classic line, but they've changed over the years, haven't they?
They're evolving so much. Norwegian are bringing out ships and ships all the time. And again, what Norwegian are different from some of the other cruise lines. They're very informal. They like this flexible dining. They're very big on some of their speciality restaurants on there. Now, the main difference with this deal on here, Norwegian have been all-inclusive for the last couple of years, but they've also recognised that not everybody wants drinks packages, so they're now selling it without the drinks package, and then if you want to add that on, you're more than welcome to do so.
That would really appeal to me, because I'm not a big drinker. I used to be, don't get me wrong, I used to be. I'm not saying
but a lot of people aren't now, so they felt they were paying for things they didn't need, so they brought in this... the tips are still included. They used to be about £9 per person per day. They're now including that on all fares, but this one will be based on without the drinks package, but you can add it on if you want to. But this is a nice one, and what's really good about this one is doing the Caribbean islands that you probably haven't been to before.
And 3 nights in New Orleans.
Which could get very interesting.
Come on, let's take a look at New Orleans, because this is a great port to visit.
Yeah, so these are generally going to be flights from London if you want to go down into New Orleans, so they're generally down there. Now, again, we've given you 3 days. If you want to extend the stay, you're more than welcome to do so, but you've got a great chance to go and see Jackson Square. You've also, of course, got the favourite French Quarter and Bourbon Street, and of course it changes from the daytime to the nighttime. But again, I think if you're into your jazz and your music, again, another place possibly that's on your bucket list that you want to go and see, and you've got 3 days there. We've packaged that in, but you can extend it if you want to. And then from there, after you've experienced the wonders of New Orleans, we're then going to join the Norwegian Breakaway for your 7-night cruise.
Come on, and let's take a look at the cruise ship right now. So what are we looking at here?
Now, again, as I said, Norwegian, very informal dining, very feel-free. This is what their whole thing is, feel-free. Yeah. You're not going to be restricted on dining times. And again, your dress code on there is smart casual every evening, so you don't have to put your tuxedos on. Yeah. And this really appeals to a lot of our clientele. Now, as I said, the ship is phenomenal. It's a beautiful line they have on there. You can see it there, and it caters for everyone. Again, you've got all the different ages. You've got water parks on board. You've got different things like the zip lining on there. Again, stuff for the kids and the adults. Again, there's nothing to be bored on there. And as I said, they've got all these sort of zip lining things, and you can go right out onto the ledge there, which is very, very interesting.
Oh my!
If you fancy
I've
trying
never seen that.
No, you've never seen that before. No. Okay, so you can try that. But again, their vessels are really, really popular, and they are becoming so good now with, as I said, all ages. What they do on there as well, they have a lot of speciality restaurants. So of course, your food's included like any other cruise line, but again, they do focus on some of the specialities where you just pay a supplement. You don't pay for the full meal, you just pay a supplement, and again, it gives you different dining options as much as you want. It's
fabulous, isn't it? Come on, you've got to try some of these ships. This really is the great way to go. Now, these dates are available at the end of this year and even into 2019. But let's look at the itinerary. Let's see where we're going.
Now, as I said, when we do a lot of our Caribbean ports of call, you tend to go to your Antigua, Barbados, which is the standard, but these are very, very different, and these are taking in the beaches and the ruins of this part of the world. So first day is going to be a day at sea, a lot to see on that ship in one day, so you get to experience that. Then we go down into Cozumel, and again, a big destination here. Yeah, again, the port area is geared up for the cruise line, so please do me a favour and don't just stay in the port area. Get out and about. This is what you've come to this part of the world before. You've got the freshwater lagoons, you've got beautiful beaches there as well. You can either go and swim with the dolphins if that's something on your bucket list, but again, this is more of a water-based itinerary on here, so you're swimming, you're snorkeling, your beaches, and you're in Mexico. Don't stay in the port area. The amount of guests I see just walk off and go and sit in the local bar, don't do that. Get as far as you can. And of course, in many of these destinations, you're going to have the Mayan ruins as well in places to go and see, and you've got that there in Cozumel. We then go down into Belize City. Again, you've got more of the ancient ruins there, but again, if you're into your swimming, you've got the Barrier Reef there to go and swim. Not as big as the one in Australia, but still, if you like your swimming and snorkeling, great opportunity to do this. Again, you've got the town area there if you're going to explore and do a bit of shopping, and of course you can go out to, again, more of the Mayan temples there.
I was lucky enough to do this part of the world. Yeah. I forget which line it was now, but we used to do 60-day cruises all the way around South America. Yeah. And visit Belize was on the list. Yeah, it's amazing.
And it is, as I said, a place people haven't probably been to before. Then we go into a place called Harvest Key. Now, people go, never heard of it.
I haven't.
Well, I'll tell you why, because it's Norwegian Cruise Line's private island.
Oh,
okay,
right,
so what a lot of the cruise companies now, they have their own island. So this is for Norwegian Cruise Line guests, and you've got your own island in the Caribbean. So you'll spend the day there, you'll make your way over. Of course, loads of facilities on there. You've got the lagoon, you've got the zip lining. You've got the nature centre. You can try that. There you go. I can imagine you on that floor, straight down there.
I'd do it.
But again, you've got a beautiful beach area there. You can go up to the top of the lighthouse. This is your island to spend the day, and it's not a bad place to spend an afternoon. Let's be honest with you. It's phenomenal. Then we go down into Costa Maya, and again, more of the Mayan ruins there as well. Great beaches there if you want to spend some time there. So again, they're all quite similar ports of call, but very different as well. And as I said, you can really pick and choose. Maybe one day a little bit more history and culture, another day just chill out on the beach and relax. So you've got the chance to do that if you wanted to. Then a chill out day at sea, and then we head back into New Orleans, and of course you're then going to have your flight back on that one.
All right, let's just take a quick look at the ship for those of you that have just joined us. It is absolutely stunning. I love the way they've put all the colours down the side.
They're very recognisable when you go into the ports of call. You can always tell on them. But again, as I said, you've got the water slides on there. You've got beautiful decor, very, very modern design. And again, as I said, they do feature a lot on many of their sort of different speciality restaurants if you want to try that. You're only on for 7 days, but I would definitely try a couple of them if you can. And again, great theatres, very, very good entertainment, something for everybody.
Now, don't forget, service charges are included. If you'd like to go all-inclusive, then call the team and they can sort that out for you. So 3-night stay in New Orleans. Just for that reason alone, this has got to be a cruise to consider. Service charges, that means tips included. Premium all-inclusive upgrades are available. Call the team, they'll help you out with that. Return flights from London Heathrow and all overseas transfers included. So these dates are for the end of this year and for the beginning of 2019. Your cruise ID on this one is 163628, and it is deposit only, so don't miss out. But we've still got one more cruise.
Yeah, I think we're just going to look at some of the prices as well.
So let's do that.
Again, a lot of prices on there, but again, if you want a cruise where you're just coming back on there on the 13th of December for 11 days, so you'd be coming back there on about the 24th, 25th. If you're not too fussed about flying over Christmas, that's a great price there at $15.99, and you've got some really, really good leading prices on there, $18.29 on the balcony, and I think also as well, you can actually go up to the mini suite on that 13th of December.
That's right.
For the same price. You can actually get a mini suite for the same price as a balcony. Well worth it.
Come on, so brilliant value for money, don't miss out. We've got one more to squeeze in. It is always so busy and there's so much information to share. So if you feel like, well, they're going so fast, I can't keep up with them, we wouldn't be able to cover 6 cruises if we didn't go so quickly. We're going to go to an absolute classic line now from the UK. This is Saga.
Yeah, now Saga again is a more of a niche market on here for you. Obviously, they've got stipulations on travelling on Saga
Still
cruises.
over 50s?
So it's over 50s for the first person.
Yeah.
And then the second person, if they're over 40, can travel with them.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay.
And again, I could go then.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm over 50, but the wife isn't.
So again, with this one here, you know, it's a classic line. I was on a Saga cruise a little while ago, and I was so impressed with the food on there. The food on there is second to none on Saga. If you speak to the people that have been on there before, it's phenomenal. Again, you get wine and drinks with your meals.
And did I read on this one that I may have got this wrong, so I'm sorry if I embarrassed myself. But did I read that Jerry and the Pacemakers are going to be on board?
And Jerry and the Pacemakers are on board.
Really?
They're still going.
Jerry and the Pacemakers.
Yeah. So he couldn't get a ferry.
That's awesome.
He couldn't get a ferry across the Mersey, so he's taking a cruise line instead. So he's going to do that. So yeah, they're
That's
doing.
brilliant.
I think they're doing some sort of farewell tour, and they're actually going to be on. They're going to be on.
And do Saga still do the limousine taking you down to the cruise ship?
So we'll explain all about that, how they're going to get to them.
Brilliant. Come on then, let's have a look at the cruise line first of all. Let's see what we get for our money.
Now again, if you look at this cruise line compared to the one we've just featured, you can see it's a classic cruise line on there. You haven't got the water parks, you haven't got the surf, and you haven't got rock climbing, but again, it caters for the clientele that are going to go on there.
Yeah.
Now again, with Saga clientele, they tend to go back time and time again. The actual food on board, I think, is second to none. There are very few cruise lines that can touch Saga food. And again, they still do the afternoon tea. They still do it quite traditional on there for you as well. Now, again, with this one, as I said, it's an all-inclusive cruise on this one. So this is the drinks, the tips, and the Wi-Fi are included. We'll talk about the door-to-door service on there. But again, when you get on board, you're looked after. The staff, again, have been on there for many years.
I'm looking at that food. I'm shaking my head.
I say we did a lunch on there in Southampton a little while ago, and I was really impressed with it. But again, as I said, the clientele go back regularly. The staff are there, so they get to know the clientele very well. And as I said, if you want to try something a little bit different, you want a beautiful experience on a classic cruise line. There aren't many of these classic cruise lines left now. They're all going to these big, huge ships that, you know, cater for thousands. This is a little bit different, and as I said, it only holds, I think, 600 clientele on there, so it is a bit more of like a boutique hotel floating on there. But as I said, food, drinks second to none, and again, as I said, the staff will look after you the whole time on there.
Come on, do not miss out on this one. This is a limited availability, this particular cruise. There is a limited availability on it, so please consider it. The only date that we're talking about on TV is the 10th of May. This year, the 10th, but it's not that far away.
No, not too far away. And as I said, they've got Jerry and the Pacemakers on as an extra on there for you. So if you like the music and you want to go and see them, obviously that's included on there for you as well. But this is quite nice because it's going from Dover. It's going from an alternative port of call.
And back to Dover, right?
And back to Dover as well, yep. So again, with this
luggage, no problem.
Luggage is no problem on tour as well. And as I said, we'll explain about that chauffeur service in a moment for you. But again, we're going from Dover on there, so you can take your luggage with you. And then from there, you can have a chill-out, relaxing day at sea because, as I say, you've travelled down, you just want to take it easy. And then we're going into Oslo, up into Norway. Now again, many people might have done fjords cruises, but they might not have actually gone in to Oslo as well. You've got many things to go and see there. Just remember, as I said, Oslo, when you look at the prices in Oslo, they can be a little bit more different to what they are in the UK. So just be careful if you're going to treat your friends
to get back to the ship.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to treat your friends to a few drinks. But again, you've got beautiful buildings there. You've got the Parliament building, you've got the Vigeland Park, which is stunning to have a walk around. 10th of May should be nice conditions there as well to go and have a look around. But again, the actual harbour itself is very pleasant. pleasant. And what's nice with this is you've got an overnight on there. Now, as I said, when you get
brilliant.
into Oslo, it's
Brilliant.
great. Just be careful if you're going to treat all your friends to drinks and dinners in Oslo.
Well, dinner's not too bad, is it? From my recollection, it's the drinks.
Yeah, it is.
So just be aware of that.
But it is a fascinating place to see. And even if you just want to have dinner on board the ship and then just go for a walk into Oslo for the afternoon or the evening, you can do that on there.
The Norwegians are great. I absolutely love them.
They are very, very friendly. Then from there we go down into Copenhagen, into Denmark, the capital there. And again, what's nice, you're going to have an overnight in Copenhagen. So where the ship generally docks, you'll make your way along the port area and you'll go past the Little Mermaid, and from there into the town. Now, generally, that's the Little Mermaid, of course, the famous site to go and see, but they have the boat trips that take you through all the canals. You've got Tivoli Gardens if you want to spend some time there. Again, you've got the rides in Tivoli Gardens, plus also the gardens themselves, so you've got that option to do that. But again, what's good about this, it's an overnight on board in Copenhagen, so you could maybe go off and have a look at the Little Mermaid and do a boat trip on the one day, and then go to Tivoli Gardens the next. So you've got an option to see as much as you can. Then we go into Aarhus, which again is into Denmark. Now, I must admit, I don't know much about this place. It's a place I haven't been to before, but again, it's the traditional buildings of Denmark. So again, you've got the little quaint buildings. The almost looks like you're back in sort of England, some of the old country, some of the old villages of England. And then, of course, you've got the modern sites there. So you've got a bit of modern and old on there. But again, wandering around those back streets there, you've got the cobbled streets. So you've got beautiful architecture. And again, if you do one of the tours there, the guides will tell you all about the city there.
I love the fact you've got so many overnights, because you can tell us there's another one as well, isn't there?
Again, with this one, we're going into Kiel. And again, with Kiel, the beautiful area there of Kiel, so you've got the chance to see Germany. Maybe you haven't been into Germany before and you want to see there. And what's nice is, of course, you'll sail out of Kiel along the canal there before making your way back. But again, nice architecture there, another overnight as well. Lot cheaper to go and eat and drink in Germany than it is
Let's
back
make
in
it
Norway.
clear, with the overnights, you use the ship as a hotel.
Yeah.
So you go in and out as often as you want. If you want to come back, have some drinks or just have a bite to eat and then go back out again, you can do that. The doors are open, you go to and fro as often as you want.
Of course.
Brilliant.
Yeah, of course I know. And then again, chill out there at sea, just to relax after your cruise, and then you're back into Dover on that one.
Now, get ready for this. First come, first served. The first 10 bookings will get a bottle of champagne put in their cabin. So let's have a look at the ship. First 10 bookings will get a bottle of champagne. It's from Planet Cruise, and that will be sitting in your cabin. So if you're thinking, I do like the look of this one, write down that cruise ID number, 146566. I'm really flabbergasted at the Saga ship. It's beautiful.
Exactly, as I said, it's a classic cruise line. So again, but they've modernised the ship as well. So it's still got the oldie worldy touches, but they've modernised it as well. I mean, that's the ship. It is stunning, and I think people who haven't seen the ship before, because it is an older ship, they've got an image of what it's going to be.
And this is over 50s. So if you do want to get away from children, you know, if you want a break from the kids, this could be a great... I'm thinking, yeah, I'd like a break from the kids. I've got 4 kids. It would be nice to go away and not see any. And the wife, even though she's under 50, she'd be able to come with me. Don't be like that. You've just got married.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you go.
Planet Cruise TV show exclusive. First 10 bookings. Go. First 10 bookings will receive a bottle of champagne in the cabin. All-inclusive cruise. That includes your tips and Wi-Fi on board, which is brilliant. Free door-to-door chauffeur service. We'll get Glenn to tell us a little more about that right now. And this is great. Optional Saga insurance. I had a friend recently that wanted to go on a holiday. It wasn't a cruise, but couldn't get insurance to go on a holiday. Yeah. And, of course, Jerry and the Pacemakers will be on board as well. So tell us a little bit about the chauffeur service.
Yeah, so generally I think it's a chauffeur service from about 75 miles away from Dover. And then if you are further away, then they'd enter 2 share transfers on there. So that's including the price.
So they take you straight to the port.
Straight to the port area there for you. So it just takes the hassle of getting down to Dover. People say, how am I going to get down there? They do that for you. And as I said, you've got everything else included on there. And I think Saga has got such a loyal following. And if you've not tried one before, you've just had a look at the ship. That's the quality of it.
Great. Well, unfortunately, we are running out of time. So let's take an opportunity right now to whiz through all those cruises. So those, write down the ID numbers. Don't forget, write down the cruise ID numbers. That'll give you a chance to get some information on them. So the very first one was Costa Cruises, the line I was with for 6 years. Brilliant value. In fact, why don't you talk us through this particular one,
Okay,
Glenn?
yeah, so this is going to be on the Costa Luminosa. This is a 7-night all-inclusive. Greece, Croatia, Montenegro from Venice. Again, if you want to add a couple of extra days in Venice, which I would do for £99, make sure you do it. All-inclusive drinks, so that's all your drinks included on that one. And you've got return flights from London on that, plus overseas transfers.
Cruise ID is 172353. Moving on to Celebrity, 14-night. That was the Canaries, the Azores, on the Silhouette, the maiden season. Out of the UK. Please don't miss out on this. It works out under £88 per person per night. Free classic drinks package on Overview and above. Definitely go over Ocean View rather, Ocean View and above. Because if you book an Ocean View or above, you also qualify for half-price gratuities, an exclusive reduced deposit, so book now for just £99. Know that you're going, and that's September or October this year. All you got to do is put £99 per person down. And of course you can add one night at the Holiday Inn in Winchester, just north of Southampton, from only £95 per person. That means you can drive down there, leave your car there, park it there, get breakfast in the morning and be taken to the ship. So it makes life nice and easy. Then we've got Princess.
And then we moved on to this bucket list cruise on here on Princess. Again, this will be for people that want to go and see Japan. Diamond Princess, 13-night Spring Blossom, and of course you've got the tours included in that, Mount Fuji and the bullet train on there. 30th of May 2019, so you've got plenty of time to do that. 3-night stay in Tokyo. We're given $100 on board spend per cabin, so you can buy us a nice present to bring back from Japan. You've got said you've got the bullet train and also the tour there in Himeji, which I've probably said wrong again. And then you've got all your return flights from London. But to be quite honest, if you want to fly Birmingham and Manchester, the team can look at alternatives for you. We should be able to do that for you.
And then of course Marella, the Marella Dream, Spain, the Canaries, 11 nights, and this used to be Thompson, now TUI, now Marella is the cruise line. Tips are included on this. You can go all-inclusive if you would like to. It works out at less than £64 per person per night. Depends which cabin selection you go for. Return flights from Bournemouth. If you want to fly from somewhere else, call the team and ask them to sort that out for you. Return flights are available for most airports around the United Kingdom. That is an exclusive discount in that price on there with Planet Cruise, so please don't miss out. Now that's a last-minute deal, so that will sell out. First come, first served. Cruise ID on that is 148453.
Then we go on to the Breakaway. This is going to give you 3 nights in New Orleans, and then we're taking on to that very, very different destinations. 163628 is the ID on there. Again, we've got multiple dates on there. Service charges included. You can upgrade to Premier All-Inclusive and London flights.
And that last one was Saga. 10 nights out of Dover and back into Dover. It is over 50s for the first passenger, and then of course after that your travelling companion can be under 50 but over 40. That's the important part. And then you've got Planet Cruise exclusive TV deal. The first 10 bookings on that will get a bottle of champagne that may have already taken place, so call them up, find out if you can still get yourself a bottle of champagne. Now of course the phone number, you might want to write that phone number down. It's at the bottom of the screen. That's not our phone number, it's 0808. It'll be back on the screen in a moment. 0808 250 2662. You can go to the website too, planetcruise.com, and look through the details in more. My top tip is to call the team now. Call the team now.
They're going to be in there till 10:30 tonight, as I said. You know, give them a call. They're more than welcome to help.
Great. So you've got another hour to pick up the phone and call the team. Have a chat with them. They've all got lots of experience of cruising. All like Glenn have been on the ships, know what it's all about, and can answer your questions for you. So if there's something we didn't cover or something you're saying, if only I knew this, call the team. 0808 250 2662. Big thank you to you, Glenn.
Pleasure, mate. Busy show.
Big thank you to you. Thanks for your company. Guys. Enjoy your cruise.